Cheers. I am too good to cold approach. I am too much of a success in other areas of my life. I've been married for 20 years and now I've come out of that marriage and I can't be bothered to go and talk to women that I don't know and potentially get rejected. I am the CEO of a large company. I have many people under me and I have large responsibilities, and it seems demeaning to me to go and talk to a girl who works in the shop who might reject me. Okay, well, let's break this down. So first of all, we need to quit the strange terminology. Cold approach, I use it as a shorthand. We know what it means. It means going up and talking to somebody that you haven't met before, starting a conversation with them, gauging for interest, maybe flirting a little bit, getting a phone number. Okay, that's it. It's having a conversation. Okay, it's not some crazy, weird, mystical thing that nobody's ever done before. People have been cold approaching, that is having conversations with other human beings that they didn't know before, since the dawn of time. So it isn't this really weird, crazy thing. People do it the whole time. There's people probably in here tonight who are doing it, who have never watched a YouTube video like this or have any awareness of the terminology at all. Okay, so look, first put that out of your mind. Secondly, no one is too good to go and approach another human being. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a rocket scientist. It doesn't matter that you've earned, close to $1 billion in investments or crypto or property. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you are the CEO of a huge multinational company and you have massive responsibilities to your employees. Okay, none of that stuff matters in the sexual marketplace, because in the sexual marketplace, you are only as good as the package that you present to the world, okay? And if the package that you present to the world is of somebody who is stifled and emotionally repressed and giving off bad energy, then your market value isn't very high. And all of the other stuff, the accolades that you may have received in the rest of the world, don't really matter very much, okay? So nobody is above the art of going over and having a conversation with somebody else, and it's ridiculous to think that you are, okay? And if you do think that, look, I mean, I'm being a little bit harsh here, it's understandable, okay? And I think we've all been in that situation, I certainly have, where maybe we've been dating somebody that we had a really great rapport with, maybe we're in a relationship with her, maybe we're married to her, and we had this great thing with her, and she was beautiful, she was the best woman that we'd ever met, and blah, blah, blah. And then it's come to an end for some reason, okay, whether that's at our behest or at hers, it's come to an end. And now we're expected to go out into the cold, lonely night once more and go and talk to strange women who might not like us very much and might reject us and might not think that we're as good looking as we think we are or as cool as we think we are, and oh my god, how terrible. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. And it sucks when you've been going out with somebody, you've been with somebody who objectively you believe to be of a very high caliber, and then you go and speak to somebody who, you think, yeah, she's got something interesting about her. I don't know that she's as of high caliber, but there is something cool about her. I want to get to know her. You go and speak to her, and she rudely rejects you. Okay, yes, it sucks. I get it. But you know what sucks more? What sucks more is sitting in a room on your own in the hotel, not having anybody to talk to, and thinking, oh my god, if only I'd have plucked up the courage to talk to that particular person, maybe I could have made something happen. Okay, so you have to drop the ego, okay? And it's a really interesting paradox in social dynamics, because we have to simultaneously have a really big ego and an extremely reduced ego at the same time, okay? So what I mean by that is simply that you have to have a big ego in the sense that, yeah, you want to walk in, you want to think, yeah, I'm cool, I'm wearing some cool clothes, I'm a decent looking guy, I'm articulate, I've got things to say, I've got a cool personality, I can tell stories, I can make her laugh, I've got some social clout, I've got some, blah, 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 all these different things. You've got to have a big ego in that sense, but also you've got to have an incredibly reduced ego in the sense that you've got to be like, well, look, I mean, yeah, maybe she's not going to like me. Maybe I'm going to go and talk to her and she's not going to be interested. She's just, I'm just not going to be something that she wants to pursue. And that's absolutely fine, because none of us is everybody's cup of tea, okay? And that's fine. think about it as testing for interest, okay? You go and you start a conversation, and you're testing for interest, you're gauging for interest, okay? Is she lukewarm or is she super receptive, okay? If she's lukewarm, really you can kind of cut it off. You can just say, okay, fine, well, look, it was lovely to meet you, have a nice evening, and then go off about your business, okay? If she's super receptive, you can carry on the conversation, you can drop in a few jokes, you can flirt a little bit, and maybe get her telephone number, and then organise something later on, organise a date at a later date, okay? And just keep doing that, rinse and repeat. We're in a hotel lobby now. This is exactly the kind of environment that you can do this stuff very easily. There's a lot of people who are obviously passing through, they're staying in the hotel, they're travelling, international people here. Very, very easy to get into a conversation, maybe at the bar or when somebody's sitting down. And just test for that interest, okay? It's going to take less than a minute of your time to gauge initial interest, okay? If there's interest there, carry on the conversation. If there isn't, fine, say goodbye, okay? That's all you need to do. But nobody's above taking the action, I'm afraid, okay? Or at least, if you want to enjoy the richest human experience in terms of dating that is possible and is available to you, then you're not above it, okay? You've got to be prepared to go in at ground zero. Now, if you've just come out of a relationship and you're really hurt and you're still really, really sore from that and you haven't healed, then maybe now isn't the time to do this. I mean, I would say, really, give or take a few days or a week, really getting out there again and talking to people is always a good thing, because it does lift your mood. But it might be that you're in a state where you're so emotionally raw, you just can't face up to it, and that's fine. Well, don't do it, okay? Go and take some time, meditate, go for a swim, work on yourself, whatever it is. And when you've healed a bit more, now you're ready. But there's got to come to a point where you understand, okay, look, I mean, maybe this is going to suck. Maybe this isn't going to go as well as I want it to every single time. But that's fine, because I'm going to take the risk. And you know the reason I'm going to take the risk? Because I'm worth taking the risk for, because I want to have the best and most exciting, most adventurous life I possibly can. And in order to achieve that life, I'm going to have to go out there and I'm going to have to go and talk to people, and I'm going to have to accept on the chin the fact that sometimes maybe that's not going to be reciprocated, right? I may like her, she doesn't like me. Okay, that's absolutely fine. It's not a big deal. Nobody's going to die. It's not the end of the world, okay? So that's my take on this. You have to have a big ego in the sense that you have to think highly of yourself, but at the same time you have to have a small enough ego to recognise that you're not going to be for everyone, and that's okay too. So listen, if any of these issues have affected you, maybe you've gone through a breakup, you're going through a breakup now, you want to know what life on the other side is like, you want to jump on a free consultation call with me, you can do that. My Calendly link is below, or just send me an email, troy@realtroyfrancis.com, and we'll figure out if there's a way we can work together, if I can help you with this stuff. Give the video a like, give it a thumbs up, write a comment below, and hit subscribe to the channel. I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.